Alright, I hope it's streaming. Let's start doing some puzzles here. Let's start doing some puzzles here. And ever since I started identifying motifs, my puzzle solving ability has gone through the roof. So let's keep doing that here. So instead of trying to just calculate right off the bat or whatever, my thought process these days is just to identify motifs. And once I've identified the right motifs, it becomes really easy to solve the puzzle. So for example, here I just notice a hanging queen. The king is really kind of trapped, can't really go anywhere. I see the bishop can come here with an attack. I see this square is a power balance square because two attackers, two defenders. I can't really snap it off yet, the defender. But anyways, I mean, I could kick away the knight, and that wouldn't let me access that square. But I think it's going to involve the king or the queen undefended here, protected. So now let's start thinking. Okay, so I identified all these things. Then also there's some back rank issues. So now that I'm seeing it in conjunction with this is actually a power balance square, one attacker, one defender. If I went there, queen takes, then I have queen e1, leading to checkmate. So after bishop g4, it can't really block on f3 because there will be two protectors and I've got three attackers on the square, so the queen would just have to run somewhere. If it goes to g1, yeah, I can just go to g1. Takes, then the fork doesn't do much. That's probably not it then. So I'm really leaning towards, okay, this is a tough one actually. I just noticed the rook is open. That really simplifies things, so I'm sure there must be something to do with that. Uh, there's some kind of permutation of moves involving rook takes, knight, I bet, and bishop g4, and some stuff here or here involving h2 as a focal square, focal point. So let's see. Now I start calculating a bit. 4. Yeah, I don't know. This is a tough one actually. I'm actually thinking knight e2 is pretty powerful stuff. Or not. I don't know. Yeah, I'm stumped on this one to be honest. Yeah, I don't know. No clue about this one. God. Jeez. Yeah, this puzzle. No idea. Okay, I'm just gonna guess something because I'm actually totally stumped on this puzzle. Okay, somehow that ended up being the move. I don't even know what it does. Okay, I think the idea is the knight will be hanging, like after let's say takes on g3, pawn takes, queen takes, and then that knight is hanging, and I've already won 2 pawns for the piece, and his king is open. Great, so I kind of fluked that puzzle. I just played a move that looked good, but that's a man. So how could I have solved this? Like, what did I have to see? What motifs did I have to see to solve this? Uh, I don't even know. I guess in the absence of better moves, I'm just bringing a new attacker into the game. And then after that, I could have realized if I'd continued to evaluate the position that, well, there's a forcing move, knight g3, and this is a problem. I don't know, whatever. Let's keep going. Okay. All right, what are the motifs present here? The bishop's hanging, unprotected rook. There's some h7 weaknesses here. Look at that king. King is weak. This bishop is a monster. This rook can come into the action at any point. So, given all these things, why aren't I just taking the bishop? I'm up a piece. Yeah, okay, I actually misclicked. I didn't mean to take it, but now that I took it, okay. Now black is starting checkmate here, and also perhaps some kind of perpetual thing going on, but probably not. But rook h5 is the threat. So if I deal with that, I'm a piece up here. You know what I see? I see rook takes h7, king takes, and then bishop takes rook. But that's just like an equal kind of position. That's probably not it. Rook f5 stops it. Stops the checkmate. Seems like the only move that does. But after the checks, I don't know what I will do here. Maybe I'll march up there, or do I go back? No. See, I don't want to go back down because then this rook will come with a rook lift somewhere here, and then turn checkmate there, and that's tough to deal with. But if I go with this rook, then I march up there. I should be able to defend from the back, I guess. For this is the solution. Down, check, and king h1. Alright, this doesn't do anything because after something like that, he can never go there because this rook is hanging. And there's not much he can do. He can go, he can't take there because this rook is hanging to the bishop. So he has to save that rook first of all. Giving me time to maybe play this. Jeez, that sucks. Okay, what are the motifs present here? This seems like a really juicy square to sink my knight into. I don't know what it does, but it looks cool. The other one is this bishop is open against this pawn. So, this knight can hop in, unleashing the queen to come in. There's a hanging bishop here. I bet that's something to do with this puzzle. There's also bishop takes g7. And with the king is so open that, and the bishop's hanging, there must be something there. Anyways, so how can I make use of these motifs here? I don't want to sack this bishop here because I feel like I want it for the attack. If anything, I want to sack one of the knights because these two bishops are powerful. So like knight f6, pawn takes. What if he doesn't even? Like, what if he just goes king h8? Then I don't accomplish. I don't know. I know I do. Then I take knight h7. But okay, so let's say g takes knight on f6. Doesn't seem to do much. Knight g5. What does that even do? Turning queen h5, let's say. Then he goes, let's say, I don't know, h6. I don't know how to deal with this. But you know what's cool is if I play knight f6, pawn takes, and just bishop takes, and I'm sitting there with a nice pin. Like my bishop will be there, like after sacking the knight there, pawn takes, bishop takes. And because of that pin, he can't really extricate himself. And then I have time to play queen here, and then queen there, maybe, or here, maybe. Let's see. Let's calculate this. Knight there, there, there. Um, I've already won a pawn. How's he going to defend? Essentially nothing he can do. Maybe, okay, let's say he plays queen e8. Then let's say queen c1 hitting the bishop. No, he's dead. No, winning at least a pawn there, I think. So this is my idea to take. Yeah, I'm surprised I got this one because that's the kind of that's a speculative sack, or it's not a spec. Like I assessed it correctly that I have enough, but it's the kind of sacrifice where you're not immediately gaining something. Um, whatever. Happy with being able to find this kind of a tactic. It shows that I've ascended to a new level. It's like sacking without calculating, just by assessing the position in terms of its potential. That's like the next highest level of tactic, I think. Tactical ability. Okay, anyways, here. What are the tactics? I've got a rook that's cutting off the king, which means it has no regress, whatever, no retrograde moves. And I've got a queen check here. I've got a bishop check there. The king is very weak on light squares. Uh, okay, so how do I make use of these things? And there's a rook that's unprotected there, although that's not going to help me much because queen is about to take on f7, so that's dangerous shit. So let's start with uh, I don't know, like bishop check. King has to go to e5. Sorry, d4. That's like the only square you can go to. But then I have no follow-up checks, it seems like. Although, I have an idea. My idea is to get the queen back here to make a check. By sacking the rook there, rook takes, and then check back there with the queen. And then that just looks like a checkmate. That's pretty wonderful checkmate. And so, let's try it. This is my idea here. Okay. I got kind of carried away with that idea that I didn't even look at the alternative moves. So now let's look at this. But I think here, see this, I could get this wrong here at this point. Okay, but let's say, I mean, I don't want to check with the queen now because rook takes bishop, king can still run to e5, and I don't have any more checks. There's no f6. But rook takes bishop, yeah, it makes more sense. Now we check back here, and then we check back. Yes. Alright, what are the motifs here? I like this knight jumping in, gives me a lot of potential for an attack, and it's not like he's doing anything in the meantime, so that looks good. What else is there? They got power balance square here, power balance square there, you got a pin going on here. We got an unprotected rook there, unprotected queen there, so I mean there's always some check shit that I can pick up the rook. But, okay. There's also rook e8 in a lot of these, which like is just a very powerful move. So I think anything wins here, really, and it's just a matter of finding the quickest way, maybe. So knight g4 looks like it just cannot be wrong. Like I feel like in this position, it's actually wrong for me to calculate. I should just play it, and then maybe, yeah, you know what? Like I'm gonna play it on principle. Yeah, this is like my new level of chess where I don't calculate because um, I feel like if I assess the position correctly in terms of its potential, then there's no need to calculate, except to double check things. I got whatever, fuck it. So queen f3. Now we calculate a little bit, right? Like now we find the exact execution, but it's still here. What are the motifs here? We've got uh, if I start trading everything, like let's say queen takes, rook takes, bishop takes, trade everything here, then I'm left with two rooks versus two minor pieces and a rook. So I'm not really winning there, although it's a not a bad position either. Um, of course, queen h2 just like screams at you like to be played, because after this king f1, there's queen h1 even, king e2, and then you're bringing this rook in here. That can't be bad. But let's see if there's something quicker. Now I feel like queen h2 has to be played because you don't want to be trading things here in this position. And there's no other way to like avoid trades here. So this is the first move. Now we think, should I play rook e8 first to cut off the king's escape? But then he starts trading things, like he goes queen takes h3, let's say. So queen h1 is a good move to throw in there. Also, does bishop takes bishop do anything? No, I shouldn't even look at that. It's just incorrect in terms of like potential pieces. I think queen h1, bring the rook in. Uh, Although I'm not seeing a finish there. No, and then there's rook e3 at the end, I think. Let's try it. But I don't know which rook it is. I think this rook makes more sense because it doesn't really allow anything here. Although there's not even a chance. But this is my idea. Is here, here, and then play rook e3, picking up some pieces. But like, which rook should I play? Or is there something better? Like, does it matter? I mean, what if he blocks with the knight, right? If he blocks the knight. So if I use this rook, he blocks with the knight, I take it, and he runs with the king somewhere. Then, in the end, I'm gonna have to come back and defend f7. So I think just in principle, this rook makes sense, more sense. I'm gonna play that. Just want to see if there's anything better. I think in principle, there's nothing. There's no other kind of attacking moves. Let's play this. Right now, can I take this? There is an what to play here. So now bishop takes bishop actually makes some sense, like in principle, because what you're doing is things are starting to get overloaded now. So there's two things defending the knight, so I get rid of one of them. In principle, should be good because now if queen takes, I can do rook takes knight because now the queen will laser defend attack this knight. Thing is, what if rook takes? Then I need something concrete. So that's not really working. So then the other option is take out the rook now, but then he takes my queen. Oh, this is a tough one, man. So I think in principle taking the bishop makes a lot of sense. This rook takes. What am I doing here? F5? F5 is always in the cards, no? There's nothing you can do to stop, like, defend the knight. I think it's just, but then he's already up a piece. Oh, fuck, what is going on? Just want to see if the chat, there's any chat. Okay, no, no chat. Alright, what the heck is going on here? How do I execute this? So motifs, okay, let's pay attention to motifs. That's usually how you, so my queen is hanging right now. Okay, and there's no intermediate kind of thing I can do because my queen will still be hanging. So unless it's rook takes knight, which doesn't make sense here. No, at the end of it, eventually, meaning, okay, here. If rook takes knight, queen takes, and I take here, then if this takes here, and takes there, then at the end of it, I have a bishop, like extra kind of thing. So this makes a lot of sense here. Nope. I mean, I should have known this. Crap, crap. I need to analyze that. I got most of it, but at the end, my execution failed me. Bishop, yeah, this makes sense in principle, although I'm not sure why it works exactly, but what is wrong with this? I think it should be still, no, well, white's winning now. My idea was to play this. Why is this not working? Takes, oh, because I thought I had two rooks, and actually I only have one rook. Holy crap, I'm actually losing here. Because I gave up a rook here in the beginning. So in principle, I knew bishop takes makes sense because you're getting rid of one of the defenders of the knight. Problem is, concretely, I didn't know what to do after rook takes. Unless f5. Right. F5 here. And actually, I looked at this. I looked at this, and well, I ditched it because I thought at the end of it, the material is going to be equal if I get back the knight. But I think in terms of attacking potential, there's nothing he can do to stop this. And after that, I retain all the attack. That king is not going to survive. So I think that's the way to look at it. Shit. I had the right intuition, right ideas, but no. Crap. Alright, motifs. We've got a queen that's unprotected there, bishop unprotected there, king is wide open, and it's also really open on the dark squares, which the queen can access. And we were hitting g6 here. So of course, taking g6 is a no-brainer. Who knows what happens next, but the other thing is if I could somehow get the pawn up, and then if let's say he took my queen, and then I could take it to a check or something, which is could be the answer. Like, okay, so this is a no-brainer. Has to be the first move. Now, rook g7 is also a no-brainer. Uh, rook g7. Well, I'm not sure what happens next. Because he's going to go king f6 and have no more checks that make any sense. So now this gets weird. No, what am I thinking about? Of course, rook g7, king f6, there's queen g6. That's game over. So rook g7, like this is just a no-brainer, just play it. And then now I start thinking, okay, so I could take the bishop. Then he doesn't really have an attack. At most, he has a perpetual check. Then I'd have to check that. But do I have any other possibilities here even to look at? Not really, right? So why? It's not like I'm gonna sit there and defend shit. So I'm taking that bishop. Oh wow. Okay, bad decision-making process there. What's going on here? No, of course. What am I doing? I have this. What am I doing? Jesus Christ. All right. Okay, I didn't even see. I didn't see this. Again, identifying motifs, right? Like, geez, there's a focal square right there. What am I doing? Okay, identifying the motifs happens instantly. I see this bishop right there is a power balance square. Two attackers, two defenders, and it's sitting on a pin. That means a move like that pops out at me. Okay, what else is going on here? I can just keep piling up on the bishop until I win that bishop. So this doesn't make that much sense because he can take with check. Uh, and there could be something after that, but it's a secondary move to look at. This makes a lot more sense. Just pile up on it. Are there any other motifs that I'm missing here? Like the way to win the bishop is not necessarily just to keep adding attackers. It's also to take away defenders. Like now if that rook moves, then I win the bishop, right? So bishop b6 is also a candidate. Anything else? Rook takes there could be a percent. No. So it's either bishop b6 or rook d1 or bishop c5 potentially, but let's say rook d1 because it threatens to win a piece outright. And then let's say rook c6. Uh, and then nothing's happening. The other option is bishop c5, also threatening to win a piece outright, but then takes. And let's say pawn takes. Now I've got this battery sitting there, so the queen runs, and I'm not getting anything there. The other option is bishop b6, which makes a lot of sense. And if the rook runs, I'm winning a piece outright. If he sits there, I'm winning in exchange. There is no bishop here. Bishop here doesn't make any sense because I take it. So this is the answer. Nope. Bad decision making process. What the f is going on? What is going on here? That doesn't make any sense. He can take the bishop with check. All right, but then I'm winning this because now the rook is not sitting there defending it anymore. Oh my god. Crazy. Shit. Shit. So what did I miss there? How could I have solved that puzzle with better decision-making process? Identifying motifs. So the first idea is right. This is the most potent move that exists in the position. this does not work at this point because oh, what do you mean? Okay, this does not work at this point because it takes a check and then the queen runs away, and I have no threats along here. So I was right that this is the more potent move. But then after rook c6, I didn't realize that I can apply the ideas from the first line, and now bishop c5 takes back. This is damn it. I'm messing up here. Okay. So at motifs, you got a wide open weak king. So checkmating potential with after a few checks. Queen is unprotected, although I won't be able to make use of that. Rook is unprotected, won't be able to make use of that. And the main thing is there's no checks except for bishop g5. No, that's something. Okay, that means I'm gonna checkmate this king via a bunch of checks. So let's and with the bishop controlling the white squares, this queen can kind of work in tandem and control the dark squares and achieve something. So how do we accomplish that? It's like check, king there. I kind of see something. It's like queen, not exactly, but the queen here limits his options. Only go there, and then like here. He can't go to c3 because queen a5, p4, and then queen takes b4 is checkmate. So you would have to take it. And then I was thinking, queen. Yeah, actually, queen there is checkmate after that. This works. All right. All right. So here, what are the motifs? He's got a pawn break idea here. Doesn't do anything. I don't think so. Like if he goes there, takes nothing's happening here. Nothing at all. Okay, so I'm safe here. On the other hand, uh, I can't play a5 because takes and the king takes doesn't achieve anything. But a6 seems to make sense because I need to achieve zugzwang here, like make him run out of moves. So how do I achieve that? I don't want to just move the king away because I drop a pawn. So it's either a6 or I freeze the pawns on this side with a gain of tempo, and then take back extra tempo with a6. So I'm thinking, let's do that. Like if I play a6, then he gets the ball. He gets to move first and gains tempos. But if let's say I played this, uh, then let's say he went there, then I could play a6 and I gain the tempo, right? And I get to win b4 because his king has to move away. But after this, and if he takes here, I still gain the tempo with a6. F5, if he goes here, h5 upon f5, then that's not work. So I think it's the move. a6 now, and I get the zugzwang, right? Zugzwang is S, 3100. Okay, let's do this. What are the motifs here? That king is wide open. We've got a rook pig sitting on 7th rank. So if I get my queen there with check anywhere in there, like g6, let's say, that's game, right? What else is going on here? And frankly, yeah, the white squares are so weak here. Even some stuff like this, like just how is he gonna stop anything happening there? And he's got no checks here at all. So then it's just a matter of do I start with this or do I start with this? Rook sacking doesn't seem to make that much sense. Okay. If I went queen d3, he's gonna play what? Rook f7? Or no, he plays e4. Queen d3 plays e4 and shuts it down. That's no good. So queen b7 or queen takes a7, which is the better move? Anyways, either way, I go there. What does he do? Nothing. Can't do anything. Absolutely nothing. Queen b7. I just don't know the difference between queen takes a7 and queen b7. They both seem to work. What the hell is going on here? What the heck is going on here? White to move. don't know the difference between b7 and a7 with the queen. They both work. No, no, hold on a second. It doesn't work. Okay, so if I went here, the thing is, either way, he's gonna go queen e4. Then I get one check, but I don't get a second check because after king here, I can't check again because the queen on e4 will be guarding that square. Okay, so that's how he saves this. In which case, I would have to play maybe rook g6 to set up threats again. But then he gets his checks in. So this idea is not the best. It makes things considerably more complicated. So this is what I'm seeing. Queen b7 makes more sense because you keep the a file shut, which means my king can run all the way over there. So I'm just want to think, like, let's say if I played here, queen e4 is the only defense, then I check, king h8, and I go rook g6. That move just sets up too many threats. There's a threat of rook h6 and queen g7. So he's gonna check from either here or here with the queen. Okay. Now if he checks here, then I go there, and he's got no other checks except there. Then I go here, and he can't access the back rack, so the checks are done. Then I'm winning the game. If after queen d, okay, so and then if he checks from here, no, if he checks from here, then this time I go up here. Uh, and then let's say he checked there, king there, and again he's run out of checks. No, no more checks. So I think it has to be this one. Keep the AFL shut. Nope, wrong. Jesus. It's this one somehow. God, I knew there was a difference, but oh, because you know why? Because A8 is controlled anyway. So this way, when my king runs to the A file, the queen will be controlling this. But maybe. So anyways, let's see here. Check. So this whole idea is correct, but defended the black's counterplay in the wrong way. God, let's see why. So what I missed is maybe this check here. No, I don't know what the fuck's going on. Why am I taking on A7? Dude, I don't know. Okay, let's see if what the queen took on B went to B7 instead. What's the difference? Now it's a draw. Now it's a draw. Same idea, but now he has queen b4. See, I actually did not look at queen b4 at all. I only looked at two checks here and here. So this is again a failure of not identifying all the motifs. I didn't even see the check. What's up with that? Now In the other line, I would have gone, I guess, I can't go to c1 because I get checkmated. Can't go to d3 because it goes to d4. I have to play, right, so he's getting a perpetual check. So what's the difference here? In this other line, why is this then, why can't you do the same thing here? Queen b4. Now I have, okay, so I had queen, jeez, I had king d1 in the other line too. Okay, so okay, so hell man, in the other line, why can't I go to d1? Why can't I just go to d1 here? I don't get out of the checks here. Okay, so in the other line then, what the hell? Oh, the idea is he has a5. See, if he didn't have a5, then queen b4 check doesn't do anything because king b3 and he's no checks. But a5. Holy crap, that is subtle. 7 moves in. So if if I had taken on a7 instead of queen b7, then he would have no a5 in this line. That is insane. Took me so much time to figure out that subtlety. That one thing makes all the difference in the world here. If I go here, it's a draw. Because I leave the a pawn for that a5 check in one line. But if I take this out, then I get out. Because here in this line, uh, not this, is it this? No, not this line. It's queen at b4. Watch, I'll show you guys the line here. It's this line right here, where he goes here. I have to go to b4. And in this line, if he had that a pawn, he has a5 check, and then he's winning the game. Checkmate. But here, because it does no a pawn, now he has nothing, because after this, nothing. That's crazy. Okay, I'm kind of getting tired. What are the motifs here? Okay, I'm just too tired for this. We've got an undefended rook here. Okay, I'm just gonna guess this. I'm just too tired for this right now. Alright, fuck it. Good shit. I'll just guess something here. Fuck's sake. Whatever. Screw it. Okay. Let's do something else here. Too tired for this. Alright, let's call this a stream. Yeah,